नाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमिकपत्याय राजराजहिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने शिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याय मङ्गलं कामदायिने सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्दे मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् रमापदाय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य मम प्राणमहेश्वर गंगाधर नामेति स्तोत्रस्थाय हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ओम नित्यानंदम्
शिक्षा दीक्षा देवी तू नहीं तो दे सबको शिक्षा दीक्षा योगिनी सर्वज्ञ बेटा है तेरी शक्ति से उपजा तेरी ममता की गाथा गाए जगत ये सारा तेरी भक्ति में जगत सारा नाचे जो मैं जो सत्य योगिनी बेगा व्यंजक करे तुम्हें प्यारे लगे तेरे भक्तों को जो सत्य योगिनी बेजान करे मान जपे सब तुझे मन पाए हो तेरी माँ दिव्य दृष्टि नमामि पराशक्ति कृपया कृपया मुझे छुरी दे दे आत्मज्ञान तेरी महिमा का गुणगान करे जाप करे ध्यान करे सुबह करे शाम करे रात करे सा तेरी कुंडलिनी शक्ति दरबार ले अवतार परम्पार तेरे का करे संसार ये सारा अष्टभुजा शंभु प्रिया नूतन सिंहासवारी चक्रधरा शंकुधरा त्रिशूलधर खड्ग कपालधारी योग संप्रदाय तत्व संप्रदाय रुद्र कन्या ऋषिका स्वामिनी संप्रदाय बाल संप्रदाय शक्त संप्रदाय भैरवी पर षोडशी कुल सुंदरी संप्रदाय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो बोल भगवान की जय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो जय जय बोलो रे ढोल बाजे डोली दाता ना दातो न माता न बन्धु न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न मृत्यो न भर्ता न छाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्मामैव न छाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्मामैव गतस्त्वं गतस्त्वं त्वं लेखा भवानि गतस्त्वं गतस्त्वं त्वं लेखा
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्.
Navaratri, I welcome all of you with my love and blessing.
I welcome you all with my love and blessing
I'll
on this auspicious Navaratri.
64 manifestations.
I welcome all of you with my love and blessing.
Explaining, connecting all of you.
This
with the
Navaratri,
64 manifestations of
I'll
Paramashiva.
continue that 64 manifestations of Paramashiva.
21.
I was
I'll start
explaining,
further.
connecting all of you
Manifestation.
with the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva.
Spend some time with you guys every day. This whole Navaratri.
We stopped at 21. I'll start further manifestations and also answer your questions. Spend some time with you guys every day.
Sit in Samadhi,
This whole Navaratri.
more the real work is happening. Continuously happening.
uh,
I think Paramashiva keeps me in Samadhi.
the more
works
time
through
I
his
sit
body.
in Samadhi,
So
more
powerfully.
the real work is happening. Continuously happening. I think Paramashiva keeps me in Samadhi and works through this body so powerfully.
The next Paramashiva's manifestation is Ardhanarishwaram. You should know. Ardhanarishwara is the manifestation of tantric enlightenment.
The
highest
next
enlightenment
Paramashiva's
of Tantra.
manifestation is Ardhanarishwara Murti.
Tantric tradition.
You should know. Ardhanarishwara is the manifestation of tantric enlightenment, highest enlightenment as per Tantra.
Like a manifestation of the enlightenment.
Tantric tradition.
Shaivism has 100.
Ardhanarishwara is the symbol. Listen. See, each Murta.
So each sampradaya
is like a manifestation of the enlightenment through one sampradaya.
one manifestation.
Shaivism has hundreds of sampradayas.
That sampradaya's principles, concepts, truths, powerful cognitions.
So each sampradaya
manifested in that form of Paramashiva.
worships one manifestation of
All the
Paramashiva.
great truths of Paramashiva.
That sampradaya's principles, concepts,
All the
truths,
Paramashiva revealed
powerful
in
cognitions,
Tantra
all is manifested in that form of Paramashiva.
manifested in this one
All
form
the
of
great
Ardhanarishwara.
truths of Paramashiva,
Understand?
all the truths Paramashiva revealed in Tantra
Powerful
is manifested
enlightenment science.
in this one form Ardhanarishwara.
There is no
Understand?
vidhi and nisheda in Tantra.
Tantra is the most beautiful, powerful,
Sampradaya, we give some
easiest
do's and don'ts.
enlightenment science, because
Whenever there is some don'ts,
there's no vidhi and nisheda in Tantra. It's a pure, powerful cognition. See,
there is no don'ts.
in every sampradaya, we give some do's and don'ts.
Using the powerful
Whenever there is some don'ts,
your day-to-day
always you feel resisting.
are enough, you can achieve enlightenment.
But in Tantra Sampradaya, there is no don'ts.
You don't need to
Just using the powerful cognitions,
you don't need to
your day-to-day regular activities are enough. You can achieve enlightenment.
lifestyle. You don't
Like, you don't need to go on a particular diet.
make
You don't need to
difficult decisions
go on a
about
particular lifestyle.
and body
You don't need to
needs.
go on particular dressing style. You don't need to make difficult decisions about your sex and bodily needs. Listen,
You my sons are their sexual activity.
usually human beings Om, Om, Om. Sorry for the technical glitch. If you are able to see me, hear me, please wave your hands so I know that sound is proper. I'll continue the satsang. Listen. Listen carefully. If you give 100 reasons for your sexual activity, hormonal urge, bodily need, emotional satisfaction, physical warmth, feeling grounded, to forget other worries and depression, you may have 100 reasons. Each of the Hindu tradition asks you to avoid sex due to some reason. For example, if you see Vedanta, Vedanta will say whatever may be the reason, avoid it.
Your hands, so I know
If you go to yoga tradition, they will say avoid
sound.
as a bodily urge,
I'll continue.
but other reasons are okay. So each one will
Listen.
say yes for some reasons, say no for some reason. But
If you
Tantra does not say no for any reason.
sexual activity,
It only helps you
hormonal urge,
to have powerful cognition
bodily need,
and have your
emotional
activity
satisfaction,
strengthen your
physical
consciousness and manifest powers. Listen,
feeling
see,
grounded,
I'll give you the ultimate secret. Everything is right if your consciousness is more powerful than your actions. Everything is wrong if your actions can dilute your consciousness. Listen, when I say everything, I mean everything.
100 reason. Ethics of the Hindu tradition asks you to avoid sex due
All
to
of you
some
understand.
reason. For example, if you see Vedanta,
If the power of your
whatever may be
consciousness
the reason, avoid it.
is not diluted,
If you go to yoga tradition, they will say
no actions, effect, side effect touches you.
as a bodily urge,
Tantra is
but
consciousness centered tradition.
each one will
It is not body centered, mind centered, emotion centered. It is consciousness centered tradition. Please listen intensely.
but
All the truths I am revealing,
Tantra does not say no for any reason. It only helps you to have powerful cognition.
if
And have
your consciousness is shaken, even a simple act
your conscious
extremely simple act. Looking at a male or female, looking at the opposite gender is wrong. If your consciousness is not shaken,
everything is right.
nothing is wrong. There is no such thing as wrong.
Consciousness
Tantra is all about
that your action.
strengthening your consciousness through every action.
If your action
Tantra disciple asks, is sex wrong?
your conscious.
Guru answers straight one line.
When I say everything, I mean everything.
If the person with whom you are having relationship is higher conscious than you, it is a initiation, it's a blessing. The person with whom you are having relationship is lower than your consciousness, it is loss. Not wrong, but loss. Listen. Tantra looks at the sex as only profit loss activity, not right wrong activity. Understand it. If you understand, you can experience Ardhanarishwara today.
If the power of your consciousness
This one understanding about Tantra
is not diluted,
not only can enlighten you, can make you manifest all powers. Listen, all powers are from your sexual energy. If you feel you have too many patterns, you are too complicated about your food, your sleep, your sex, your priorities. If you feel you are complicated, Tantra is for you.
is not
How many of you put in your Facebook the relationship status? Many people put single, many people put married, many people put it is complicated. If you put complicated, Tantra is for you.
please listen.
Paramashiva has revealed these signs thousands of years before for all those who put in their Facebook status relationship complicated. If you feel you are messed up, Tantra is for you. All those who put relationship status as complicated in Facebook status,
Your conscious
do not miss Tantra. Understand it. I'll give you the revelations directly from Paramashiva.
even a simple act
In public, in the public platform, how much can be revealed, that much I will reveal.
looking at a male or female, looking at the opposite gender is wrong. If your consciousness is not shaken, nothing is wrong. There is no such thing as wrong. Tantra is all
The Mooladhara Chakra, symbolic conscious representation
strengthening your consciousness
of the sex energy
every action.
is described with the 4 petals. lotus. 4 petal lotus.
The Tantra disciples is Ram. Guru answers right one line.
The 1 petal represents autosex, means enjoying your own body.
If the person
Like
with whom you are having relationship
even eating tasty food
is
comes under
higher
autosex.
conscious than
Eating tasty food up to masturbation,
initiation,
whole thing falls under autosex. Enjoying your own body.
person with whom you are
The
having
second is
relationship is
enjoying your own gender,
you are conscious.
same sex.
It is lost.
Third lotus petal is enjoying the opposite gender.
Lost.
The fourth lotus petal is enjoying the whole cosmos, whole universe, having union with this whole universe.
Profit loss activity.
That's the fourth petal.
Right
Listen,
activity.
Ardhanarishwara is the manifestation, represents all the 4
You can experience
completion, fulfillment, the all 4 dimensions in you. When it manifests into the complete completion, you become Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara manifests in your body.
one understand
I tell you,
about Tantra.
most powerful sexual energy
Can enlighten you.
is radiated by the kids
All
who are taught from young age
powers.
to connect with Krishna or Muruga.
If you feel you have too many patterns, you are too complicated,
Understand?
about your food, your sleep, your sex, your priorities.
In Hindu tradition, if you are born from Vaishnavite family,
Complicated Tantra is for you.
the young age itself,
How many of
you will automatically pick up Krishna as your
status
beloved if you are in the female body, if you are in the male body as a friend.
married? Many
Whether you are a male or female, you will develop some kind of an attachment,
if you put
feeling connection with Krishna from the young age. Same way, if you are from Shaivite family, you will develop the connection with Muruga, Subramanya.
thousands of years
The kids, male or female, who develop this kind of a fantasy centric, I am using the word fantasy centric, which is very low and in a way even not completely expressing what I want to express, but the English has only the fantasy word. I can say that visually having union with Krishna or Muruga, even intimate friendship, I have seen the kids growing up in a very traditional background, how they automatically assume, if you are from Vaishnavite family, automatically the kids assume that Krishna is your beloved or your friend. If you are from Shaivite family, Muruga is your beloved or friend.
do not miss Tantra. Understand?
That is the way flowering of the first dimension of the auto sex happens. Understand? People many times ask this question: is masturbation right? Paramashiva answers this question in Tantra.
In public,
In masturbation, you don't
platform, how much
accumulate new muscle memory, but you accumulate biomemory. So, who you remember, with whom you connect, fantasize, imagine, visualize, and have enter into the masturbation act, you receive that person's biomemory. Listen carefully. The act masturbation itself is not looked from the prism of right or wrong in Tantra. It is looked at profit loss. If you connect with the higher conscious beings, even masturbation, you receive their biomemory.
the Mooladhara chakra,
See, when you enter into a physical sexual act, you receive muscle memory, biomemory, bioenergy, all the three from the other person. You should know even male receive from female and female also receives from male. It is give and take. That is why if you have multiple partners, especially who are lower than your consciousness, you may have pleasure but not peace. You may have pleasure but not peace, because the exchange of muscle memory, bioenergy complicates and makes the inner space mess.
presence means enjoying your own body.
In masturbation act, you don't receive muscle memory,
Even eating
but you receive biomemory.
comes under autospace.
So with whom you visualize matters.
Food up to
That decides whether your consciousness is going to raise to the cosmic union or the consciousness is going to go down
the second is
to a more lower existence, lower level existence.
own gender.
See, life is all about
Sense
profit loss calculation, not right wrong
lotus petal is enjoying
dictation.
opposite.
Listen,
The
Tantra does not look at life
enjoying the whole
as vidhi nisheda. It looks at life as profit and loss.
having union.
It just tells you what can profit you and what can bring loss, and leaves the decision to you. It does not implant guilt in you. That's the beauty of Tantra. Tantra absolutely avoids guilt.
Ardhanarishwara.
Vedanta and yoga uses guilt to evolve you, to train you, to give you enlightenment. But Tantra does not. Tantra does not use guilt for any purpose. It just says guilt has no relevance in the path of enlightenment. That is Tantra.
The all four
I think I am in a very strong samadhi. That is why I am revealing everything without bothering about the society's reaction, especially when I talk about all these subjects.
complete completion.
Anyhow, it is there. Let me do my job of revealing all the truths to all of you. Whoever wants, they can evolve, get enlightened, manifest power.
I tell you. Most powerful sexual energy.
Anup K is asking,
Created by the kids
Swamiji, is loss of bodily fluids
who are taught
a loss to the body? I heard it. It takes a lot of energy to make one drop of sexual fluid. Is it true? Anup, listen. Again, here, the whole calculation is profit loss. With whom you are sharing? The person with whom you are sharing, if that person carries higher powerful cognition about life, about themselves, about you, about sexual act, if the person is consciously higher, then you don't lose anything. If the person is consciously lower, then you lose everything. Whether it is a masturbation act
in Hindu tradition,
or sexual act,
if you are born from
all four levels of act. See, as I said, the Tantra describes elaborately these four. Masturbation,
you will
art,
automatically
that
pick up
masturbation falls under auto sex. From food,
beloved, if you are
seeing
the
pornography,
body,
everything
if you are the male
where the
body,
other
as a
person is
husband,
not physically involved falls under masturbation. Auto
when you are a
sex.
male or
All that
female,
falls
you will
as
develop
auto sex.
some kind of
The second is
attachment, feeling connection
enjoying
with
the
the
same sex body.
from the young
Third is sharing yourself with the other gender, opposite gender.
private family,
Fourth
you
is
will develop
union with the whole cosmos.
with
Listen,
Muruga, Subramanya. The kids, male or female, who develop this kind of a fantasy and
let me
I'm
talk
using the word fantasy and
what is legally right,
very
politically
low
right,
and in a very-
socially right. I'm not promoting you should do Tantra in your place. All I am trying to tell you is you should obey your country's law, your society's law, how they put. If you are, your country, your society, your community does not agree,
having union.
acknowledge, you watching this video, do not watch. So let me put the disclaimer. Listen,
Even
with the disclaimer, let me reveal the great truths
intimate
from Paramashiva, from Kailasa, directly from Paramashiva about Tantra.
as
These are the truths directly from Paramashiva. He reveals in Agama and
very traditional background,
Tantric scriptures. Listen,
how they automatically assume if you are from Vaishnavite family or
even in masturbation,
assume that
the loss of fluid
beloved or
will not make you powerless if it is with a higher conscious being, person.
beloved or friend. That is the way flowering of the first dimension of the art.
Concetta Gelota is asking, does that mean it is okay to connect to deities while auto-sexing? Listen, you can connect to the deities who have declared that they are available. Surely Krishna has declared himself. He said very clearly, anyone who connects with me through Mathura Bhava also, I am available. those deities, those gods who have declared that they are available
In
for you to
masturbation,
connect
you don't
through the tantric union, you can connect with them.
do muscle memory,
Surely you cannot connect with Ayyappa.
accumulate
Ayyappa is very clearly is declaring, I don't even want to see women.
so
I am in yoga samadhi. The kind of a samadhi he is in, he does not want to even see women
fantasize,
who are menstruating.
visualize,
So surely you can't use Ayyappa.
and have
You can connect with Krishna. So you can't
into the masturbation act, you receive
connect with a god or a deity who declared that he is going to be celibate.
listen carefully.
So use that clarity and decide with which god you can connect, you can choose, you can relate.
Not look from the prism of right or wrong in Tantra.
It is all about
It is
with whom you connect,
profit loss.
whether it is a visual relationship, conscious
If
soulmate relationship, where the other person's body is not involved. You don't see that person, you don't
even masturbation, you receive their
physically
memory.
anywhere near that person.
See,
Even in masturbation, if you are connecting with somebody who is depressed and low energy, it will terribly affect your biomemory. Understand? Understand that. Be warned about it.
you should know even male receive from female and female also receives from male. It is
Masturbation act itself is not wrong, but with whom you connect,
that is why
that decides
if you have
whether it is going to raise you consciously or make you
who are low
go down consciously. See,
conscious,
I am looking at the sex
may have
through the angle of Paramashiva.
peace.
How Paramashiva looks at it,
You may have
that's the way I am looking at it.
not peace
Paramashiva
because
hardwired you
change of
for enlightenment, to achieve the ultimate.
biomemory, bioenergy
So the sexuality in you also is hardwired
and makes the inner
for enlightenment. So I am looking at that angle. That is the angle I am looking at the whole sexuality.
in masturbation
Ardhanarishwara is the symbol of cosmic union. Paramashiva,
memory,
who is the cosmos himself, is celebrating Paramashiva Shakti, who is also cosmos herself.
so with whom you visualize matters.
I'll give you the fundamental principles.
Sides
Based on that, you come to
whether you are
the answers for all your questions. See, I may not be able to sit and answer all your questions for various reasons. One,
Indian or the conscious
it will not be politically polite, socially polite. It may not even be legally right for some of your countries.
lower existence, lower level
So I will give you the fundamental principles. You arrive
all about.
to the answers for the questions you have.
Not right, wrong, dictation. Listen.
Concerta Galota is asking, what if lower conscious people remember you? You want to put me in trouble
As within the shape
by making me answer this question? That is why I told you.
looks
I will give you the principles. You come to the answers for your questions, because the subject is very sensitive subject, and the enemies who are waiting to hurt Hinduism, enemies who are waiting to abuse Hinduism, use Tantra and Agora Sampradaya as a weak link and attack Hinduism left, right, center. So don't ask me the specific answers which can be used by the anti-Hindu forces to attack Hinduism. I will give you the fundamental principles. You arrive, you come to the conclusion, you derive answers from these formulas for your questions.
It just says guilt has no relevance.
It is all about, the foundation is all about higher conscious person. See,
I think in a very strong samadhi, that is
for example, both of you are tantric couples.
without bothering about
Tantric couples, they decide, see, you don't know who is higher conscious, who is lower conscious. But you decide, now we will keep all our old ideas away and bring the highest powerful cognition about ourselves
to all of you.
and the opposite person and the sexual act and the life and enter into that act. That is what is called tantric ritual. Then that sexual act becomes a tantric ritual. That's the way the Tantra describes what you are supposed to feel. Decide consciously about you if you are a male. What you are supposed to cognize about you if you are a female. What you are supposed to cognize about you if you are the other genders, like a gay or any other genders. Because Tantra describes 11 genders. It is not just 3. In Tantric tradition, it is 11 genders.
K is asking.
And the cognitions you are supposed to carry about you, the cognitions you are supposed to carry about the other person, and the cognitions you are supposed to carry about the sexual act is elaborately described. And with that, when you enter into the act, that becomes a tantric ritual. Somebody is asking the question.
Here, the whole calculation.
Does Tantra have an age limit? Mahaguhambananda. Mahaguhambananda, again for this question also, how you cognize you. For example, physically you may be 90, but psychologically, mentally, emotionally, consciously you feel you are 16,
Higher power
then the physical age has no role.
about life.
So again, for this question also, your cognition is the answer. Somebody who is physically 20, but feels so tired about life, frustrated, depressed, they feel like they are 90 or 80, it's a consciously they are frustrated, then
The person is conscious.
even 20 is not the right age. So it's all about consciously how you feel.
Whether it is the master
Consciously how you feel. Concetta Galota,
sexual act.
she is writing that, I apologize and retrieve the question, Swamiji. Listen, I am not angry with you. I am only telling you, don't put me in trouble, because
As I said,
one, you are a sincere devotee. I have to honestly answer you. But the answer I give can unnecessarily be used as a weapon by anti-Hindu people to harass and attack and make more memes material and all that. stupidity. So understand,
Food.
you all need to know, Hindus do not have a right to learn Hinduism from the Hindu gurus. All of you understand this. Consitta Galota, you should know, Hindus don't have a right to teach the truths of their religion or learn.
The second is
I am trying to teach my best.
enjoy
All the constraint put on me, socially, legally, morally, everything.
is
So all of you should know,
yours.
if I am not directly answering your question, just giving you the principle, it means you Hindus do not have a legal right to learn about Hinduism. You are in a world where Hindus are banned to learn the Hinduism. You do not have a religious right. You be very clear. You guys are slaves. You don't have a religious right to learn your religion. That's a straight truth. Understand that. So within the constraints, I am trying to teach you
Legally right,
the truths
legally right,
and
socially right.
letting you to come to answers and conclusions
I'm not
from these basic principles.
You should do tantra in your place.
See, if I don't talk about Ardhanarishwara,
All I am trying to
it will be a criminal negligence because
say, you are
I am born from Ardhanarishwara. All of you should know the Kshetra for Ardhanarishwara is Tiruvannamalai. Tiruvannamalai is the place where Devi became Ardhanarishwara.
society,
So in Tiruvannamalai there are two traditions.
community,
One tradition says Shiva gave the off to Devi. There is another one tradition says Devi gave the off to Shiva. I don't know how many of you know.
watching this video.
There are two traditions in Tiruvannamalai. Shiva gave the off to Devi. That is called Agama Sampradaya, Saiva Sampradaya. There is another one tradition. Devi gave the off to Shiva. That's called Gupta Sampradaya, hidden Sampradaya, Gupta Sampradaya. Our Tiruvannamalai ashram is located in a place where Devi gave the off to Shiva. That is why the huge Shiva hill is hidden inside Devi hill. I don't know how many of you have gone to our Tiruvannamalai ashram. In our Tiruvannamalai ashram, if you see from Tiruvannamalai ashram, the Devi hill only will be seen. Shiva hill is covered inside Devi hill. Only in our ashram you can see that scene. Because Devi gave her off to Shiva in our ashram. Where our ashram is there, exactly in that same place. See, Shiva gave his off to Devi in Pavadakundru,
That is why my guru,
where I became enlightened.
Swami told one of his disciples,
Devi gave her off to Shiva in Gautama ashram, where our ashram is there.
Shiva merges into Devi. In Dakshinamurti,
That
Devi
is why my
merges
guru,
into Shiva.
Isaki Swami, told one of his disciples to build Rajeshwari temple.
Gupta
See,
Sampradaya.
in Rajarajeshwari, Shiva merges into Devi. In Dakshinamurti, Devi merges into Shiva.
Is messaging, I am a proud Hindu. If you are a proud
It's a very
Hindu,
powerful
get a
Gupta
diplomatic
Sampradaya,
status
it is called.
in the country you are living for Kailasa,
Gupta
where you get
Sampradaya.
freedom.
Shakti Yog is messaging, I am a proud Hindu. If you are a proud Hindu, get a diplomatic status in the country you are living for Kailasa, where you get the freedom to listen the original truths of Hinduism from me directly without getting edited.
Hindu,
Then declare you are a proud Hindu. Till then, you are a goat hypnotized as a lion. You are not a proud Hindu. Be very clear. You are slave Hindu, but mentally fantasizing you are a proud free Hindu.
Tantra.
Be very clear about it.
Hindus
How
are
careful I have
slaves.
to choose
You have
words
no right for religious
and
freedom.
speak about Tantra.
The
That
religion
shows
which teaches terrorism and asks you to kill
Hindus
other
are
people, they
slaves.
teach more freely about their
You have
religion.
no right for religious
And here I
freedom.
am teaching you life positivity.
The religions which teaches terrorism and ask you to kill other people,
Science of
they teach
enlightenment.
more freely
But
about
how
their
careful I
religion.
have to be to choose every word.
And here I am teaching you life
Don't try to
positivity.
come and do ding dong here.
Absolute
Say you are
life
a proud
positivity.
Hindu, you are a free
Science
Hindu, you
of
are happy,
enlightenment.
get lost.
But how careful I have to be to choose every word. Eh, don't try to come and do ding dong here, saying you are a proud Hindu, you are a free Hindu, you are a happy Hindu, get lost.
Conclusions and answers you derive from the principles. Because I cannot not give you the principles.
Let me give you the principles. It's my responsibility. I'll give.
From Ardhanarishwara.
Conclusions and answers you derive from that
And I
principles.
am
Because
living as
I cannot
Ardhanarishwara.
not give you the principles.
The Ardhanarishwara Tattva.
Because I am born
I can't.
from Ardhanarishwara as Ardhanarishwara. And I am living as Ardhanarishwara. So I have to reveal
It's
the Ardhanarishwara
directly from
Tattva.
Paramashiva.
I can't hide.
So
I
understand,
can't
the whole thing,
deny. I can't stop.
whether it's a science and
It's directly from
principles of
Paramashiva.
opposites,
So understand the whole thing.
the
Whether
same sex or
it's a
opposite
science
sex
and principles of
union.
autosex
In every level,
or
it's all about
the
who is higher conscious.
same sex or opposite sex or the
When you
cosmic
don't get
union.
a higher conscious person
In every
available for
level,
you,
it's
the
all
available
about
couples
who is higher
deciding to
conscious.
enter
That's
into
all.
higher consciousness and enter
Nothing
into
else.
the act of sex is called
When you
tantric
don't
union,
get a higher
tantric
conscious
sex,
person
tantric
available for
sex.
you,
And
the
I tell you,
available couples
even a
deciding to enter into higher consciousness and enter into the
food,
act of
cooked by
sex
the
is called
higher
tantric
conscious
union,
person,
tantric sex, tantric ritual.
just eating that food,
And I tell you,
you can enter into
even a
very
food,
high consciousness.
if it is
It
cooked
can
by the
raise you to the
higher
highest
conscious
state of
person,
autosex.
just eating that food, you can enter into a
it's
very
all
high
about
consciousness.
Profit loss account.
It can raise you to the highest state
Actually,
of
sex has to be
autosex.
dealt by the accounts department, not by judiciary department.
So it's all about
It is not supposed to be dealt
profit
by
loss
court
accounts.
and law. It is supposed to be dealt
Actually,
by
sex
accounts
has to be
department.
dealt by the accounts
Human resource
department,
development
not
department.
by judiciary
Then the
department.
whole attitude
It is not
will become
supposed to be
different.
dealt
In
by
Hinduism,
court
sex is
and
dealt
law.
by human
It is
resource
supposed to be
development
dealt by
department,
accounts
not
department,
by
human
police
resource development
or the
department.
judiciary.
Then the whole
Now
attitude
you
will
have to
become different.
understand
In
this. To
Hinduism,
understand this difference,
sex is dealt
you
by
can
human
understand the
resource
whole
development department, not by police or the judiciary.
Sankhya, the whole
I don't know how many of
way,
you understand this. If you understand this
the whole
difference,
method,
you can understand the whole Sankhya, the whole way,
the way
the whole
Hinduism
method.
looks at the sex. It is classified under Human Resource Development Department, Human Resource Ministry. It is not classified under
The way Hinduism looks at the sex, it is classified under Human Resource Development Department,
or
Human Resource Ministry. It is not classified under
is aware. Almost,
law and order
say almost,
or law ministry. I don't know how many of you will is aware.
no rape
Almost,
before
I can
India
say
was
almost.
invaded in Hindu tradition. I'm very clear.
99.99%,
I'm talking very responsibly after studying
no rape
elaborately about the Hindu
before
history.
the India was invaded
There were
in Hindu
wars.
tradition.
There were
Yeah,
murders,
I'm very clear about it.
but no rape.
I'm talking very responsibly after studying elaborately about the Hindu
Because
history.
the whole
There were wars,
sex
there
was
were murders,
dealt by human resource department,
but no rape.
and even the education, you see, only if you are
Because the
taught
whole
something is wrong, you will do that wrong to take
Sex was
revenge.
dealt by human resource department, and even the education, you see, only if you are taught something is wrong, you will do that wrong to take revenge.
Profit loss. So the concept of rape was never a
Here,
common ideology.
Sex was never dealt with the idea of right wrong,
Till the
it was
invasion
dealt with the idea of profit loss.
in Hindu
So the
nation.
concept of rape was never a common ideology
There are 56 Hindu nations.
till the invasion happened. In Hindu nations.
Till these nations.
Better let me use the word Hindu nations because there were 56 Hindu nations.
It was extremely rare. Extremely rare.
Till these nations, Hindu nations are invaded,
That is why I am saying that 99.999%.
there was no concept of rape. It was extremely rare.
Profit and loss.
Extremely rare.
A
That is why I am
person
saying that
whose
99.999%
consciousness
no rape.
evolved strongly even in the first
Because it was
people
always about
of the
profit
lotus,
and
the
loss.
act of sex. Even in that
A person
preliminary level,
whose consciousness is evolved strongly even in the first petal of the lotus, the auto
he will not
sex,
even be able to conceive the
even
idea of
in
rape.
that preliminary level, if his
Because in
consciousness
rape, it
is
not
highly
that you are
evolved, he will
torturing the
not
other
enter
body.
into
You
rape.
are torturing your own body. Rape
He will
is
not
always
enter into rape.
double-edged
He will
sword.
not even be able to conceive the idea of rape.
It's a double-edged sword. Why will you commit suicide?
Because in rape, it is not that you are torturing the other body, you are torturing your own body. Rape is always double-edged sword. Don't you understand? It's a double-edged sword. Why will you commit suicide?
After studying thoroughly about the Hindu history, the 56 Hindu nations, before
After
the
studying
invasion,
thoroughly
not only was flourishing
about the
in the
Hindu
happiness
history,
quotient,
the 56th Hindu
even
nation,
the GDP of the world,
before the
more
invasion,
than
not only was
one-fourth,
flourishing
more
in
than 25%,
the happiness
up to
quotient,
33%.
even the GDP of the
Hindu nations
world,
were responsible
more
before the
than
invasion. I want
1/4,
all of you to know. Not only richest country,
more than
more
25%,
than
up to
33% of the world
33%,
GDP was
Hindu
from the
nations were responsible
before the invasion.
before the invasion.
One of the
I want all of you to know.
fundamental reason was
Not only richest country, more than 33% of the world GDP was from the Hindu nations before the invasion. One of the fundamental reason was people were fulfilled in their sexual life. Their sexual life was absolutely fulfilled. That was one of the reason for their flourishing, their life positive attitude. Listen. If you start looking at the life. If you start looking at sex with the attitude of profit loss instead of right wrong, 90% of your complications will be cleared. Your life will be aligned for enlightenment. Chaya Bharadwaj is writing, even Ravana abducted Sita but never violated her as she did not consent. Please understand, abducting is allowed in Rakshasa's lifestyle, Asura lifestyle, but violating is not allowed. You can abduct and try to convince, work on convincing, but violating is not allowed as per even the Asuras, Rakshasa's law of life. But in the human level, even abducting is not allowed. And one more reason, Ravana also had a curse on him that if he touches any woman without consent, his head will burst, he will die. And above all, he has his own, the Asuri Dharma. Listen, the jurisprudence for Vanaras is different. Jurisprudence for Nara, human beings were different. Jurisprudence for Rakshasas are different. You should know very clearly. All the three jurisprudence is very clearly explained in Ramayana. See, Vali took the Sugriva's wife and had a physical relationship is right as per the Vanara's jurisprudence. If Vali taking Sugriva's wife is wrong, then what about after Vali's death, the Sugriva living with Vali's wife? Answer. So, Vanara's jurisprudence is different. That is why Rama says, ultimately, he tells Vali, yes, whatever is said and done, you being killed was wrong. So, Rama gives the boon, Vali to come back in Krishna Avatara and kill Rama in the form of Krishna. So, the karma is completed. So, Vali, Vanara, as per their jurisprudence, they can kidnap and even have life. It is, the might is right. That is the Vanara's jurisprudence. But in the Rakshasa's jurisprudence, kidnapping, abducting is allowed, violating is not allowed. You can ask why then Rama killed Ravana. In human jurisprudence, even abducting is not allowed. So what Rama did is right. Ravana lived his jurisprudence. Rama lived his jurisprudence. So even killing Vali, Rama cannot give the reason of he took away the Sugriva's wife. He can only give the reason that Sugriva asked for refugee. Sugriva surrendered to Rama as a Kshatriya, he has to protect the people who surrendered to them. From that angle, he killed Vali, can be justified. Otherwise, killing Vali for the sake of Vali stole Sugriva's wife was not as per the, it is not right as per the Vanara's jurisprudence. Anyhow, let me come back to the subject. It's a too vast subject and too many things need to be answered. So let us stop looking at the sex from the angle of jurisprudence, start looking at the sex from the angle of human resource enriching, human resource development, how it can contribute to evolve human being with life, love, laughter, joy, how it can enrich human beings, entrain human beings, enlighten human beings. That's the angle from which Paramashiva deals sex. And the Ardhanarishwara represents that angle, that truth. Ardhanarishwara represents the cosmic union, the ultimate cosmic union of Paramashiva Shakti and Paramashiva becoming one. Becoming one. Every question you guys are asking, Mahaguhambananda is saying, please make a separate webinar on this, Swami. Mahaguhambananda, even if I make a webinar in public platform, I cannot speak more than this. Whatever I can speak, I'll speak now itself. I'll share now itself. Lalatakshananda is saying, don't think I was really into this topic before, but now this satsang is making more interested in wanting to read the scriptures on Tantra. You can start reading. There are 64 Tantras, very beautifully presented by Paramashiva. And you can start with Guru Gita. And after Guru Gita, you can read Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, and there are so many other tantric scriptures. I can give the list also. What all is the best to read? Sonali Gupta is asking, what has the higher impact on our biomemory? Is it the actual sexual act or the fantasy? Thinking of it. Sonali, again listen. In the actual act, you receive muscle memory, bioenergy. In the fantasy, you receive biomemory alone. So, it depends on with whom you are having. If you are having with a low conscious person, thinking makes very less impact, actual act makes too much of bad impact. If you are connecting with a higher conscious person, thinking makes less good for you, actual act makes more good. So apply these principles and start understanding and internalizing. That is the answer. That is the answer. For example, with Krishna, thinking is less beneficiary. If the possibility of Krishna Loka, Koloka opens for you, and you reach, you experience physically, or he comes down and gives you the physical experience, then naturally it leads to absolute Ardhanarishwara manifestation in you. It's all about with whom. With whom? Sri Kailasananda is asking, Swamiji, what about the dream state? Like some beings coming in the dreams about which normal human beings have no control. No, 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 no. Kailasananda, you have absolute control over your dreams, whether wet dream or nightmare. When it reaches certain level, you will see very clearly you are dreaming. Whether wet dream or nightmare, you have a control over it. You can't say, you can't disown the responsibility for your dreams. No. I don't agree with that. So Kailasananda, you should know very clearly, many times, even in the wet dream, you suddenly know that you are dreaming and you wake up. Or in the nightmare, you suddenly know you are dreaming and you wake up. After waking up, you feel good or bad. For waking up is different. But wet dream or nightmare, you can't disown the responsibility. I think too many questions on this subject. It's like I opened the Pandora box. I don't think I can answer all your questions now. I'll answer few questions which I can speak in a very polished language, revealing only the principles without getting into the straight yes no. The straight yes no's can be attacked with moral, social, political, legal angles. So I'm not going to take a stand of yes, no. I will only present the principles and let you come to the conclusions for your questions. I think it is already late also. Maybe I'll continue. I have not yet completed about the Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara's the principle that how Bringi is next to Nandi in Kailasa. All of you should know, whenever Paramashiva dances, two persons always documented by all is Nandi and Bringi standing or dancing next to Paramashiva playing the musical instruments. Even in Tiruvannamalai, Nandi and Bringi are like a must for Mahadeva to dance. Whether Chidambaram or in Tiruvannamalai or anywhere, Nandi and Bringi is must. So this manifestation is done specifically for the sake of Bringi Maharshi. I'll explain about the Bringi and there are a lot of funny questions appearing everywhere in all social media platforms, which I am not going to answer. And maybe today, whatever I have spoken, meditate on this. I'll come back again tomorrow's satsang. I'll explain about the Ardhanarishwara more and answer more about the principle Ardhanarishwara represents, the powerful cognitions Ardhanarishwara represents. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, casting, living Shuddhatvaitam, Paramatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, super consciousness and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa, Paramashiva. Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityananda Paramashivoham, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.